Hello guys, welcome to today's video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about 5 interview answers that actually sounds good but might hurt your chances of getting a job. That is what we are here to talk about. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Cynthia. I'm a real life recruiter. I actually help people get job. I talk about things that has to do with job, mistakes you're doing you might not know. If this is something that interests you or it's something you think that might interest someone, you can share my channel with someone or you can hop in and be part of the family. Hit on that subscribe button so you can join the family and so you don't miss the next post. All right. So let's dive right into why we're here today. So today we are going to be talking about things you might say in an interview and you will think, oh, these things actually sound well, they sound nice, but without actually realizing that these things are actually going to cost you this job. A lot of people say a lot of things in an interview, and to them it sounds good, but then it costs them the job at the end of the day. So I had a candidate that actually came into the interview. We had, a very good time. We spoke, we smiled, everything was perfect. He sounded professional, he sounded excellent, but still he didn't get the job because his answers actually cost him the job. He actually said things without knowing that they actually give off a wrong vibe. He thought, those vibe were, what was expected. That's what is expected of him. That's what he's supposed to say. But at the end of the day, those happen to be what he was not supposed to be saying. What he was not supposed to say. There were things he was not supposed to say, or they came off the wrong way. So we're just going to hop into the actual reason why we are here, which is life answers, 5 answers that you might think are right, but actually will cost you the job. So one is, I am willing to do anything. I am willing to do anything. Anytime I hear candidates tell me they are willing to do anything, it makes me wonder, you're willing to do anything, including if you're a business development manager and I ask you to be the cleaner, in case if you're a business development manager and I somehow ask you to be the one to drive the car, be the driver, is that what you mean by anything? Because sometimes we say things, without meaning harm, without meaning it to come out wrongly, but they come out wrongly. A good candidate or a strong candidate who want to ask questions. They want to know what is expected of them. They want to know what is the job expectations. They can't even promise you or commit to what they cannot do. They want to understand what you're expecting of them. Then they can promise you what they can give. They can tell you, this is what I am good at. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I can't do. And this is what I will not be able to do. Not saying I'm willing to do anything or I can do anything. It's not the right answer. It doesn't give a confident person. It doesn't give, I know what I am doing. It doesn't give, I know what is expected. It just gives, you're just there. It just gives, you're just there. So these are like answers you will give in an interview, and to you, you might think, oh, I did well, oh, it sounded well, oh, it came out well, but in the actual sense, it didn't. It didn't sound well. It didn't come out well at all. For the second point, someone saying, I'm a very hardworking person. I understand, you being hardworking is a good thing. It's something that is good, it's something that is commendable, it's something that we are supposed to take very well, but it doesn't give off a strong candidate. That I am hardworking doesn't give a strong candidate. You saying I was able to start a new job, and in the new job I was able to reduce the response time from 4 days to 2 days gives a more stronger candidate or a more stronger belief than I'm a hardworking person. I've been working hard, I've been resolving things, I've been making things work out. No, that's not what you're supposed to say. Tell us scenarios, give us results, give us what you've done that will make us know. You are not supposed to tell us you're a hardworking person. We are supposed to know that this person is obviously hardworking, this person can deliver. Because to us recruiters, we need someone that can deliver. We don't want to push candidates to our clients and then the candidate will end up not giving our clients what they want. Then the clients will come back to us and complain, or the clients will give a bad review. That is not what we want at any point in time. So we want to be sure that you can deliver. So telling us you're a hardworking person doesn't sell. It doesn't give it. It's giving, you're just here, you're just, a lot of people use that word. So we just take you're hardworking, that you're hardworking. No. We want to know what you've done. We want to know what your result has been. We want to know what the outcome became. That is what we are more interested in. All right. So we'll just go down to the third point. For the number 3 points, or the number 3 things that you say that can cost you a job, is this particular one makes me laugh. Anytime I hear this, and people say it a lot, anytime I hear this, I just start laughing. I can work under pressure. I can work under pressure. You really can work under pressure, really, really. Just tell me the truth. You really can work under pressure. Yeah, that might give. It shows you're a capable person. It shows you're willing to learn. It shows you're willing to put in the work. It gives a lot of good vibe. But then telling me you can work under pressure does not really sell you. It does not really sell you. It's not a point, it's not a strong point, for a candidate that, you want to get a candidate, a very good candidate, you're saying you can work under pressure. Mind you, some companies can really, really have pressure. You might even use the word, I can work under pressure, and in the actual sense, you can't really take some pressure. There are pressures that you just can't take. So don't just use the word I can work under pressure because you feel like, oh, let me just use it. No, you cannot work under pressure. There are lots of pressures that can be put on you and you will break down. You will break down. We all know that we are humans, we work with flesh. So your body can get tired, your body can get exhausted, which is okay, which is normal. Try to sound more normal or more human during an interview. Instead of don't go ahead and tell recruiters or HRs that you can work under pressure. Because there was this day in my company that we were doing something. There was a time one girl started complaining. She was like, the pressure is too much. I can't do this anymore. All this, I can't do this anymore. Guess what the HR told her? I asked you during the interview, you said you can work under pressure. So here is the pressure. Here is the pressure. You can work under pressure. Here is the pressure. So why are you complaining? So don't just throw words around. Don't just throw words around thinking, oh, you've thrown it around, you've given, it can work under pressure. Don't just do that. Don't just do that because it can end up backfiring. So use the words you know or things you're sure you can deliver. Don't overdo it. Don't undersell yourself. Don't oversell yourself. Don't go and give I can work under pressure. I've seen candidates in interviews that they can tell you, this is what I can do, this is what I cannot do. And it does not shorten their chances of getting employed. No. They can tell you no. If you can bring about in this job you're to do this, they will tell you right there, no, I can't, I won't do it. That is not part of my job. That is not what my job entails. And I read the job description, it does not say that. So you don't tell me this is part of the things I'm supposed to do in the job because this is not supposed to be part of this job title. A business development manager does not do this. So you don't expect a business development manager to do this. This is the job of the business. It does not stop your chances of getting that job. No, it could actually save you a lot because there are jobs that, in fact, let me say this, we recruiters know that some clients are actually not good. We know that there are jobs that on a norms you're not even supposed to do. In fact, the clients, we can tell you that the clients, they don't really know what they are doing, or sometimes they are the way they behave and the way they talk, we feel like they won't treat candidates well. And most times we recruiters, sorry, when we discover that a client is giving off a wrong impression or is giving us that they might not be able to treat their employee well, we talk to them, we speak to these clients, we tell them this is what this job is about, this is what this job entails, this is what is expected of the candidate that will work in this particular role. You don't expect that candidate to do this and that candidate. We talk to them. We mostly ask any recruiter. Recruiters are consultants. They consult. Even when you don't ask their consultation, even when you don't request for it, they are always consulting. Because some clients can over want some things. Some clients can want things that are not realistic from a job or things that are not realistic from a particular role, it is up to us to tell them that no, this is not realistic and this does not happen anywhere. All right. So sometimes what baffles me is that you fight for some candidates and fight for their rights, and then they will hop into an interview with you and the client. And then they will tell the client opposite of what you've been fighting for. You're fighting for them for their good. They will come and spoil everything you've done for them. All the whole thing you've done for them, trying to stay standard for them. They will come and use I'm willing to do anything, I can work under pressure to spoil everything. The client starts seeing you like, oh, this person is like we will not employ a cleaner. It's like this person will also clean. While they are at this job, they will also come and clean before they can start the job. And it's something we are fighting for you, but you just come and use your words to undersell yourself and to make the trust me, recruiters and clients have a way of spotting candidates that are very fragile and they can actually use as they want. They have a way of spotting it. So sometimes we fight for you ahead of time. So these are reasons why sometimes when you come to the interview and you use such words, we know that no, 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 we're not going to do this with you. This is not what is going to happen. And recruiters are fond of not telling you everything they are supposed to tell you. In fact, I had one, the first time I came into recruitment job, I had a problem with my team lead. I had a call with a particular candidate. The candidate wrote something on their CV that they did not, they've never used the tool, they've never had that experience, it's just there on their CV. So when I asked them a question in relation to that, they told me that it was just something that they put on their CV that they were not going to, like they were not, they just know that that is what employers are looking at for. So they just put it there without even making effort to go learn it or to go learn the thing or to do any research on it. No, they didn't. So after the whole thing, I told the candidates, this is something we are actually looking out for. This particular thing on your CV is a specific thing my client is looking out for. But since you don't actually know how to use it, I can't really push you to my clients because at the end of the day, they will come back and tell me that, oh, this person just lied, they can't do this, they want another candidate, and it will give me more job going back to look for another person to fill a role that I thought I had already closed. So I told them that they should, instead of them lying on their CV, they should go learn how to do this, learn how to use it, so that in another interview or in another job, they will be able to, probably say that, so, oh, it's something that they know. So I had to tell the candidate that I'm not moving forward with them. So after the call, my team lead was like, no, you don't tell them because the candidate kept calling back and was like, I'm sorry, ma, I will learn it. I'll promise you, I will learn it. I promise you, I'm going to give you results. I promise you. So my team lead was like, you're not supposed to tell them that. You're not supposed to tell her you're not moving forward with her. You're just supposed to just, give her the impression in the interview that she's moving forward and, just give her that impression that later you can just tell her you're not moving forward with you. Which to me, I didn't think it was nice. Which to me, I thought we should just tell them in the call that this was not the right thing to do and we are not going to move forward. Just work on this thing. All right. So a lot of people out there, sometimes or most times, recruiters won't tell you the truth. In fact, when they are telling you that you are not moving forward with you, they are sending you a generic email that they send to every other candidate for that role. So don't come and undersell yourself and be saying I can work under pressure. There are things you can do and things you cannot see. Use another word. Find something else to use that will not come and say desperate, that will not sound desperate, and that will not sound like we can use you. All right. Let's move to the next point. So the fourth point is you coming to an interview to say you can work with anybody. You can work with anybody. That is not what we are expecting of you, right? You can work with anybody. I know you're trying to give off, oh, I'm not a hard person to work with. But we all know that in reality, there are personalities that are very hard. There are personalities that are difficult. This is reality of things. There are companies you hop into, your manager might be a problem or might be giving you a lot of stress. They are just people you can't deal with. So what we want to know at that point is if such difficulty comes up or you have a problem with a particular person, in your team or in the company, how you're going to overcome or how you're going to work with this person, how you're going to overcome the difficulty. We are not trying to make you tell us that you can work with anybody, because in the actual sense, not everybody can tolerate anybody. There are people that will flare up, some people will just cause a scene, some people will just scatter things, some people can even start fighting or something in the office or in the professional space, which does not give any professionalism. So in that particular scenario, instead of you telling us you can work with anybody, tell us what you would do if a problem comes up with someone that is straight, or someone that you cannot work with, or someone that is giving you what they are not supposed to give you. Just tell us what you will do in that scenario, how you're going to overcome it. That is what we are interested in. So don't give us answers that will just smile at you and will just make you feel like, oh, that was good. When in the actual sense, we know that that was not good. That was not the best thing you could have given us. You would have given us something better. All right. So these are also answers that you can give that, to you, they are good, but then they are costing you your chances of getting that. So let's move to the last point. So the last point is a candidate saying, I just need an opportunity to prove myself. It's given, I don't even know what I'm doing. You're not supposed to come and say, give me a chance to prove myself. You're not supposed to come in and say, I need a chance to prove that I can do this. No, that's not what you're trying to sell to us, right? You're not selling to us your chance to prove yourself. No, you're not selling that to us. You're telling us that you're a capable person. That's what you're supposed to be giving us. You're a capable person, and this is what you can offer. You can offer this, not give me a chance. Just give me a chance. I can prove myself to you that I'm capable, that I can do this. All right, that's not what you're supposed to be giving as an answer. It might sound like it's good, it might sound like it's the right answer, but then it could be giving off not so much of a strong candidate. All right, not so much of a strong person to employ, not so much of a strong person. All right. So during your time in an interview, be cautious of the choice of words you use, because the choice of words you use would either make them, make candidates, could either make the client or the employer look at you less or look at you more than you are. You could actually sell yourself in an interview more than you actually are. It happens. Can even come in and give them the vibe that you know everything, even when you don't know it. I'm not saying go and say things you don't know. No, just saying you give them the impression that you're just the best candidate for them. All right. So that is it for the end of this video. If this is something that interests you, or you think someone out there needs this information, like and comment. You can like and subscribe so that YouTube will know that this is a useful information and another person will need to hear this, because it could save someone else's life, someone else's career. All right. So just share this if you're capable of sharing. If you're not capable, it's fine. Just like, comment, subscribe so you don't miss the next post. And we'll see you in our next video. For now, Recruiter Cynthia says, bye.